Good day, everyone, and also to Mom. I'm here in front of you to discuss the topic about treatment programs of the correctional institution. But first, let me introduce to you myself. I am Franz Oliver Emma Unahan from Bachelor of Science in Criminology 4101. Now, we all know that the correction is a branch of criminal justice system concerned with the custody, supervision, and rehabilitation of criminal offenders. It is the field of criminal justice administration which utilizes the body of knowledge and practices of the government and the society in the general involving of the processes and handling of individuals who have been convicted of offenses for purposes of crime prevention and control. In terms of treatment programs, the Philippine prison system adopted two approaches in treating criminal offenders. And these are the institutional correction or the institutional based treatment programs and the community based correction, non-institutional correction, or community based treatment program. These programs aims towards the improvement of offenders' attitude and philosophy of life, the main goal being ultimate rehabilitation of the offenders by changing inmates' attitude. So now, let's move on to institutional correction, the institutionalized treatment program. First one is the prison education. Prison education is the cornerstone of rehabilitation. It is the process of result of formal training in school or classrooms intended to shape the mind and attitude of prisoners towards good living upon their release. In prison education, we have the classes of prison education. First one, the general and academic education, which refers to their objectives, which is the eradicate illiteracy among prisoners. Number two is vocational education, institutional maintenance works or industrial project, the purpose of which is to provide prisoners necessary skills for successful works in a socially acceptable occupation after their release. And the last one is physical education. It is designed for those who have physical disabilities. Now, let's move on to work programs. These are programs conducive to change behavior in morale by training prisoners for a useful occupation. It is purposely to eliminate idleness on the part of the prisoners, which may contribute to prison stupor, and it affects the incidence of prison riot. Now, the classification of prison work program. First one, we have educational assignment. Prisoners may be assigned to either general education, vocational, or physical education. Next, maintenance assignment. This assignment involves labor related to care and upkeeping of the institution properties. Next one is the agricultural and industrial assignment. And the last one is the unassignable. These are prisoners who are nearly to leave the institution, awaiting transfer, those in disciplinary status, and those who are chronically ill with mental disabilities are considered unassignable prisoners. And if female prisoners, it shall be assigned to work on job suitable to their age, sex, and physical educations. Prisoners over 60 years of age may be excused from hard work. Let's move on to the religious service in prison. The purpose of this program is to change the attitudes of the inmates by inculcating religious values or beliefs. Next one is the recreational program. This program is the only program that is conducted during free time schedule because it may develop your mental and physical development. It also helps prisoners to become aware of their individual condition to provide them a method of improvement, and also the development of cooperative competitions. And it also arouses the interest of prisoners in recreational program. The activities involved here in recreational program are sports, music, arts, social games, special activities on special events, and etc. Now, let's move on to medical and health services. It includes mental and physical examination, diagnosis and treatment, immunization, sanitary inspection, and participation in training. The last one program in institutional correction or institutionalized treatment program is the counseling and casework. This the immediate solution of a specific personal problem because it also helps the inmates to increase the self-understanding. Now, we are done from the institutionalized treatment program. Now, let's move on to community-based treatment program. In community-based treatment program, we have probation. It is a disposition whereby a defendant, after conviction of an offense, the penalty of which does not exceed 6 years of imprisonment, is released subject to condition imposed by releasing court and under the supervision of the probation officers. So, what are the advantages of probation? We have the convicted criminals offenders can continue to work in his place of employment. Second, it prevents the tendency of broken home. And also, it relieves prison congestion. After our probation, we also have parole. Parole is a process of suspending sentence of a convict after having served the minimum of his sentence without granting him pardon and prescribing the terms upon which the sentence shall be suspended. It is a procedure by which prisoners are selected for release and a service by which they are provided with the necessary controls, assistance, guidance as they serve the remainder of their sentence in the free community. And the last one, in the community-based treatment program, is the conditional pardon. Conditional pardon is the purpose of releasing through executive clemency a prisoner who is already reformed or rehabilitated but who cannot be paroled because the parole law does not apply to him. It is a kind of pardon under which a convict is required to comply with the certain requirements. The pardonee is given the same set of rules or condition as the parolee. So, that's all on my concept map about the treatment program of correctional institution. Thank you for listening.